Hi, welcome to GeoVision video tutorial. This is Derek.
This is Pearl.
We two are going to be the trainer for VMS topic. Let's get started. Okay, let's take a quick look at the outline here. The outline is going to cover the goal of this video tutorial and the introduction of VMS, and for the features, I'm going to introduce those new features newly added on the VMS. And after this lectures, I'm going to show you guys how to configure those new features step by step. And for the FAQ sections, we have prepared mostly asking questions from our clients. So what is the goal for this video tutorial is to mainly help you guys understand what kind of new features are added on the VMS, and also help you guys get more familiar about where those new features are exactly located. So what is VMS? Generally speaking, VMS is an IP-based software. It supports up to 64 channels. It supports GeoVision IP devices, other third-party devices, and also it has been integrated with other GeoVision system softwares like Control Center, Center V2, VSM, and Azure Recording Manager. As we talked about, VMS is an IP-based software, so you can have the GeoVision IP devices, third-party cameras, and video server connected to VMS. Once they're connected to VMS, it is able to distribute those channels to other integrated software, such as Control Center, Video Wall, Center V2, VSM, Azure Recording Manager, and GVI. The following are the minimum PC spec we're going to install VMS into your PC. Basically, VMS supports Windows 7, Windows 8, Server 2008, and Server 2012. By the way, if you're going to have more than 32 channels, just make sure you have a high-spec CPU, because the more channels you have, the higher the CPU loading is. Here is the dongle rules for VMS. It is free for the GeoVision IP devices up to 32 channels. If you're going to use third-party cameras or use more than 32 channels, it is required to purchase a dongle. The next is hard disk distribution. This is a test result came from our FA department. Our FA used a hard disk with the average read and write speed of both 110 megabytes per second. Under this scenario, we use RTC recording method with the H.264 video codec. For the 1.3 megapixel camera, the maximum channels that can be recorded into one hard disk is up to 44 channels. And for the 2 megapixel camera, it is 44 channels as well. For the 3 megapixel camera, it is 33 channels. 4 megapixel camera, it is 28 channels. And the last one, for the 5 megapixel camera, is up to 22 channels. Like a multicam system, VMS supports both the GPU decodings and fisheye dewapping. For the GPU decoding, if the model is Intel Sandy-Bridge platform, it can support up to 2 megapixel. If the model is Intel Ivy or Haswell platform, it can support up to 5 megapixel. For the fisheye dewapping, just make sure the graphic cards you're using is DirectX 10 or higher. So what kind of features are no longer supported by VMS? As you guys can see here, VMS is not going to support a capture card, pose, and a weekend. However, these three features are still supported by our multicam system. As you guys can see here, we have got two pictures for both the multicam system and VMS. It is obvious that their interface for these two systems are now completely different. Let's go take a look at what features are newly added on VMS. The first features, which is only supported by VMS, you're going to have the two options to select your favorite color for interface. As you guys can see here, you're going to have the light style and the black style. Once you select your favorite style, you click OK. Just make sure you relog in VMS, otherwise the color of the interface will not change. The next feature is a feature that is not supported by multicam system. Run as Windows service. What does it mean? It means that once you enable the service, you log out Windows operation system, the VMS is still running in the background in Windows. The system is still doing the recording, and for the remote services are still available. The next features we're going to talk about is something like the DM Pulse. This is also a feature supported by multicam. The first time when you open VMS, the resolution will be displayed exactly the same as the connected monitor. It is able to adjust the resolution by either XY coordinates or the panel resolution. It is able to do exactly the same thing for the view log, as long as you have the multiple monitors connected. The next features we're going to introduce is called Remote Authentication Backup. This is a very useful feature, especially for security purposes. So, under what kind of situation can we use these features? For example, a security staff goes to restroom and he backs after a couple of minutes, and it is required to type the username and password for the authentication server that the VMS is connected to. On VMS, if you try to add a camera to the system by OnView, it is able to support dual stream right now. This is a very good news when you try to add a third-party camera that support dual stream. And also, you will have more options for each single stream, such as quality, frame rates, and GeoVision. As you guys can see here, this is a table to show you how many cameras are currently connected to VMS. And also, you can see the IP address, the port number, the resolution, the bit rate, and even the model of the cameras. And through this window, you can export and import the IP camera list, or do the license upgrade, and even adjust the camera attributes. And at the bottom, you will get information such as the bit rates or what kind of dongle you have purchased. The next slide we're going to talk about is the definition between these two events. So what are the differences between these two events? The differences is for the general events, the system will record the keyframe only. And for the urgent events, the system will record the max frames. So how to set up the recording for a single camera? First of all, we go to Toolbar, Configure, then Record Setting. Then you go to select your desired camera and you select the record type. We have two options for the record type. One is round the clock, the other one is by motion. And after that, you go select the video record frame rates. You have two options as well. One is urgent events, the other one is general events. And this is a window for you to do a deeper configuration for advanced motion detection. The following is a feature to allow user to perform schedule-based recording. As you guys can see here, we have a camera, we have a video analysis, we have an I/O monitoring, we have a server, and object tracking. All of these 5 categories can be set up to record by schedule. Once you're done setting up the recording schedule, if there is any event trigger, the system is going to send an email notification, trigger PC alarm, or trigger output if you have the output device, and save the event to the system log. The next one is to show you how to configure video process on VMS. First of all, we go to the toolbar and then the configure, and you will see there's an option called video process. We click on it and you will see this is how exactly the video process prompt looks like. And all of the cameras that are currently connected to VMS will be displayed on your left hand side. As you guys can see here, camera list. And you select the video, the type of the video analysis, then you apply the video analysis to the desired camera. It's pretty straightforward and easy. The next feature is called camera pop-up setting. This is a pretty straightforward feature. It can be triggered by either motion or input. And you can set up the dwell time and the interrupt interval for each single camera. The next features we're going to talk about is called object tracking. It is required to have 2 cameras for these features. One is a fixed camera and the other one is PDC camera. So how to configure these features? First of all, we go to Toolbar and then go to the Configure button, and you will see there's an option called Object Tracking Setup. And on your right hand side for the fixed camera selection, you define a detection area. Once you define it, the PDC camera will follow up where exactly the moving object goes to. The next feature is Advanced Single Camera Tracking. This is a feature that is only supported by Speedo cameras. So far, the camera that support these features are the Speedo camera 010s and the Speedo camera 200 and the 220. If the clients want any third-party camera to be supported, and integrations will be required. The next feature is failover plugging. This is a very useful feature when cameras somehow stopped recording or disconnected. Let me show you guys how to configure this feature. First of all, we go to Toolbar and go to Network, and you will see there's an option called failover plugging. And you type the IP address for the PC with either failover server or redundant server installed. And you type the username, password, and select the camera that you want them to be taken over by the server. So once the cameras stop recording or disconnected, the server, failover server or redundant server, will take over the recording work. The next feature is called network failure detection. As you guys can see, this is a pretty straightforward features. Let me show you guys how to configure these features. First of all, we go to the toolbar and go to the network. You will see there is an option called the network failure detections. And for the IP address, you just type the IP address for the PC with the VMS install. And you can set up the interval time, like how long you want the system to detect the network status. And if you have the external output devices, once the system detects the network is disconnected, an alarm will be triggered. So far, if there is alarm triggers, you can be notified by emails, SMS, or other ways. However, just keep in mind that SMS will be no longer supported by VMS. So far, we have covered a lot of features. In the next slide, we're going to talk about the live view of a VMS. The first new features that is not supported by Multicam is that it is able to customize your own layouts on VMS. This is a very useful feature for those clients who want to create their own layouts for specific use. Okay, we have completed part 1. For the part 2, which starts next slide, will be taken over by Pearl.
In this session, we will let you know more detail about the VNS channel display. Since we do have different layout display, but if you have a multiple monitor, you can define different layout for different monitor display. We do not have any limitation for the monitor, which means if you can have multiple monitors support in your graphic card, then we can do that. You can have multiple monitors assigned to the VNS system, and we can apply for different layout for each monitor. This slide is tell you the content can be defined for the different layout here, and you can apply to different monitor. So each layout can apply for different monitor display. We will show you the lab demo in next session. This is the snapshot function. The live view here not only provide the live image, you can also provide a snapshot for this specific camera. And the default location, snapshot location will be in your C drive, the VNS folder. Let's check the live demo here. First, you have to find the content list. From the toolbar, find the content list over here. And we click the content list, and you will get the content list over here. You can start to create the layout. Let's try to provide a task over here. Okay. So the task here will be the main 3 by 3. The content will be the 9 channel here. So you got the task, the layout here, and right click the layout. You can try to apply to main monitor over here or the second monitor here. So this is a layout you can apply for different monitor. Okay. Let's show you the snapshot function here. You can move your mouse to any camera on the screen. Okay. Please pay attention to the bottom. There is a mark over here, tools, snapshot, and the instant play. Okay. Let's check the snapshot function here. When you click that icon, it will snapshot of a camera image. Okay. You can choose different types of JPEG file, the BMP, TIF, and PNG file. Okay. So this image, the default location will be saved in the VNS. Okay. And you can also provide a text message like host name, the day and time, camera name, or even a watermark on there. So this is the snapshot function. In this slide, we will show you the features that you can drag and drop the camera into the location you want to display. Okay. Since the camera, the location are not allowed to move in the previous, the 8.59, the GBDVR, MVR. But right now, the VNS now support, you can free to drag and drop the camera to any location that you want to display it. We will show you the live demo in next session. In this session, we will demo drag and drop the camera channel. You can now switch the camera channel by different location. Simply drag and drop the camera name to the desired location here. So you will simply just switch that the channel that you want. You can also drag and drop from the content list. So if I drag and drop, it will pop up the question, do you want to replace that? Yes. Okay. And now you will get more option to replace any channel to any location. So simply drag and drop, so you will get the specific channel when you drag a desired camera. I will show you the instant playback function in live view. Since the live view have multiple channels over here, if you want to quick for the playback this video, you are not necessary to check view log right now. You can instant playback on the camera screen. So you will simply click the icon and you will get instant playback feature. Let's show you the live demo. During the recording mode, you can play back the video and it did not interrupt the monitoring. This is the VNS live view window here. You see, it's recording right now, so the camera name turns into red. Okay. And what if you click any video over here, or you move your mouse into the camera screen live view, you will see the little 3 icon over here. There is instant playback function here. Click the instant play and you have option for different seconds. So we will choose 10 seconds here. You can play 10 seconds of the video playback here. But you are not interrupt the recording. So this is the instant playback. You can click back to live view, back to your live view window. In this slide, we will show you the scan window function. That means drag and drop the scan window into the layout and you can scan all the camera attached to the VNS system. And each camera can be defined the order of the sequence. And you can also define the interval for each camera setting. Let's show you the UI right now. Please find the scan window on the content list. Drag and drop the scan window over here, or the screen over here, and we'll show you, do you want to replace this channel? Okay. And we'll show it the scan automatically. You will see the camera name. It will show you with a mouse mark over here. So that means this is a scan window. Check the toolbar, get properties. There is the camera sequence you can change. And you can also define each camera to display the interval here. In this slide, we will show you how to do the zoom window. In the content list right now support zooming window, you can provide a channel to provide a big screen area for the megapixel camera. In the live viewing, it will be easier to get a large screen view. We will show you the interface right now. In this area, this is live view about all the camera layout. Okay, find the content list, you will get the zoom window features. Okay, the zoom window over here, and drag the zoom window into one of the channel. Okay, Right now it's zoom window right now. And choose any camera, you will see the upper right corner there is a zoom window here. Okay, let's try a different one. Okay, the upper right corner provides the zooming icon, and you will display that zooming feature in this channel. Okay, so this is a zooming window for the video layout. In this slide, we will show you the EMAP function. The EMAP now can fully integration with the VNS live view. So that means it can be one of your video channel. That means you can have live view and the EMAP together in one screen. We will show you the interface and how to do that in next session. Before we do the EMAP, you have to create the EMAP first. Please find the EMAP editor from the GeoVision program. You will find the GB program from the VNS folder, the EMAP editor here. After you start the EMAP editor, please add a map here. You can create a new map and load with your location structure here. We will use this for the example. We will rename the new EMAP as a showroom. And now you can drag and drop the camera over here. Please make sure the host is over here. If the host is available, please add the host by host function. Add host over here. You can now drag and drop the camera over here. So we just put over 3 of them. After you create the EMAP layout, now you can click Save to VNS, and then we can start the VNS to check the EMAP. Click File, Save to VNS. Now you can start the EMAP function in VNS. This is the VNS layout. It's the default for the camera view. We can also provide EMAP into this area. Please find the content list, and you got the EMAP setting here. Find the showroom that we created before. Drag and drop, and you will find the replacement pop-up message. Click yes, and we will get showroom. The EMAP. Click the showroom, you will get the EMAP viewer. Click the camera icon, you will get the full screen for this camera. So this is the EMAP function that you can fully integration in the camera layout. VNS system now supports Panorama View integration with the live video layout. You can have Panorama View and the camera live view together. We will show you how to do that in next section. A Panorama View is to join multiple camera images together and allows you to monitor a large area in one view. The cameras selected for the Panorama View will keep the recording in original format. Up to 4 sets of Panorama View can be created. There are 2 ways to create a Panorama View. The first one is stitch camera image together by overlapping and match reference points. The second one is use the easy mode to place camera image next to each other with no overlapping. Now we got check the content list right now. You will see the panorama configuration. Find the content list and find the panorama. Okay, you will see the configure. Now we add the camera like UBL2411 as example and click
add and click manually and add one more camera like MDR3400 for the second example. Now we are going to make a reference point here. The first one will be like in the right side, we will set point 1 and set point 2 and set point 3. Okay, and from the left side we will start the same. The area like first one is 1 and second one with 2. Okay, now see, they have the 3 reference points have to be the shape of the triangle in order to make it a stitch. Okay, now we will demo the second one as easy mode. Okay, the easy mode is easier for the camera with overlapping a little bit, so you don't have to draw the 3 points here. It will just stitch that together automatically. Now we can start enable the easy mode, then add the camera like first one is 17 and plus and add. Okay, and then we will go the second one like 15 and click add. So you can define it should be the camera left side or right side, but we will just for the right side for this example. And we will add camera 16 and click add and click right side. So let's stitch automatically like this way. Before exit, we have to save this panorama view and click save. Okay, before we check the live view, you have to create a layout for your panorama view. So we click content and create a new layout here. We click layout and we click it add. Provide the name for the layout. Okay, you have to use the customize. Okay, click OK. Then we start to create the content like a 6x6. So we will start to draw the camera, the channels. So you still have chance to see other channels and still have to chance to get the panorama view in one layout. Okay, we can save the list content and we can add the cameras automatically. Now you can see there's panorama view on the very bottom, so you can just add the panorama view over here to your live screen and replace. So now you have multiple channels here with live view and with panorama view. Okay, so there are not just only for the single camera view here, but you have an overview for the camera together. Okay, now we can also check this live view, but also check the view log. So we check the view log here. They have different channels view, but what if you want to see the panorama view? You can also check import the layout from the live view. So when you click add, you can import from the live view here. Okay, so you can get the panorama view from the live view. When you play back the video, you will see the panorama view in the same way. So that's all about the panorama view. Thank you.
In this slide, we will tell you a new feature for the VNS I/O setting. We now can trigger input with the email notification by different input connection. So you have to predefine the email first, then assign the input for the different email address. We will show you the user interface right now. Okay, this is the user interface for the VNS. And please find the toolbar, configure, system configure, and you have to predefine the email address and email server here. Email setup, please make sure the email server has been predefined here. Make sure the port, the SMTP port, if this is not a default one, the 25. Okay. After you properly design for the port and the email address, please find the I/O device here. When your I/O box attached to the GB system, you will get the I/O application setting here. For the example here, this is for the input, the I/O box here. Click input 1 and find invoke to send alert here. There will be the email address here, and you can type any email address in this column. So for the input for the different email address here. Click OK. When you trigger the input one, and the email address also get the notification for the input. In this slide, we will tell you a new PDP design for the VNS 14.1. In the traditional way, for the GB, DVR, NVR, it's 8.59. The PDP panel will look like this way. And right now, there's a little circle over here for the PDP panel 14.1. And they still have a zoom in, zoom out, and the focus in, focus out, hand and tilt control over here. And you have more functions, just exactly the same with the old function we support. You still have the iris for the autofocus, auto gold, and preset. When you click the home button, you get more options. Okay. And also, we will also support the PDP control by different mode, by center move and random move. The center move means when you drag a square over here, and we will focus in this area and zoom for that area. And the random move means drag a line over here, and it will move by your mouse and focus in that area. So it has a different moving additional way. Okay. Since this center move only support SD220, so make sure the PDP speed on, and you can have different function support. Let's show you the user interface. Okay. Right now, in this camera, it's SD220. When you move the mouse over here, you will get the PDP control here. Okay. And when you move the mouse in this PDP panel, you will just exactly moving for that. So you will not cover the camera area. When you click the home button, you can have more options here. If we set Go Tool 1, you will go tool for the preset and sequence function, just exactly the same for the PDP control. Okay. You can click any button to stop it. And right now, we will show you the center move and random move. Right click the camera image. The default setting is random move. Okay. Let me show you what is the random move. Drag and drop. If you drag a little, it will move a little. If you drag it longer, it will move longer. So it simply follow the mouse and the way it will point it. You can point any direction, and the PDP will follow your mouse. So let's show you the center move here. If you change to the center move, drag the square over here, and we will focus in that area. So let's do that again. We'll zoom out. We'll focus in. We'll just zoom in for that area. So this is a center move. Okay. In this session, we will show you the GeoVision fisheye dewap feature and how to apply it into the VNS system. The VNS system supports the different layout for the camera display, and right now the dewap image can be a separate window. And then we'll show you the different mode and how to use that in the VNS. Okay, in this session, we will show you the fisheye dewap feature for a better display. The fisheye dewap image now we can separate in a different window. Since fisheye dewap have different mode, 360-degree mode, dual 180-degree mode, or the single view, we will use the different mode, and you can use the dewap image for a different display setting. Right now, this is VNS layout, and this is a fisheye camera. You can dewap the image and put that in a separate window here. Okay, this is a new feature for the VNS system. It also supports a new function for the guard tool here, which means the fisheye, the single view, can be point for different location and dewap in the single view, the big screen. So right now you can, like PTZ, the preset point, you can define several preset points and save that preset point as a tool. So it will looking like a PTZ. It's kind of a scan window to display the point 1, point 2, point 3 as a sequence. We will show you in the user interface. Okay, this is the VNS screen, and this layout we define is this is a quad view, so each camera screen is equally sized, and the button here will be a big screen for the longer the camera image here. For fisheye dewap mode, you have to dewap the fisheye and setting for the different mode. Okay, find the camera list here and right click the fisheye camera. You got fisheye setting. The fisheye setting here, then right click the camera again, there is fisheye option. Please find the camera mode, the quad view, for dual 180-degree view. And now we select 360-degree view. Okay. Then we click OK. Find the camera list for the fisheye. You will get additional dewap naming over here. So that means you have a naming of 360-degree view, and you have a panorama view. And this view we can drag and drop into the camera content over here. Right now we will dewap that in this screen. So this is a 360-degree view. And for the 360 for the left top, for this area, now we can display in this screen. For the right top, for this screen, we can display for this place. And for the panorama view here, this one, now we can display in this channel. So now you have better dewap result in different channels. In the traditional way, this will be the only one for the dewap image. Right now, you can have original image, dewap image, and for the large screen for the dewap result. For the fisheye guard tool setting, you can have many preset points, and you can define how many seconds to stop in this point. And each of them can be separate different. We will show you the demo in the following session. The fisheye dewap setting also support guard tool function. The guard tool means you can apply a different preset and running as a sequence. So it will kind of automatically switch the camera view. Let's do the setting right now. Right click the fisheye, and you got fisheye settings. Since this is a supported single view, so you have to check the single view mode here. And right click the option again, find the guard tool setting here. Okay. Now you have guard tool setting, and you have to predefine this point in this window. Okay. We will define this will be the home position. So when we click apply, it's override the home position here. Okay. Then we click this point on the window. Now this is the window position. Okay. And we click this way. This is a monitor. This is a monitor position. Okay. Right now you can add this preview preset point into the sequence. You can have a window here. You can have monitor here. Okay. So each point you can define how many seconds have to be stopped over here. Okay. Let's click OK. Let's provide a guard tool over here for a big screen. After you define the guard tool setting and the camera list over here, you will get a PTZ view under the fisheye. Just drag and drop the fisheye view into the camera screen over here, and it will run in the home position, window position, and the monitor position. So it kind of a circle like a PTZ view. In this slide, we will tell you the more information about picture-in-picture and focus view in the VNS system. We will get better design to display these two features in the VNS system layout. Right now, the focus view here, can define maximum 7 area in the focus view setup, and each of them can be displayed in the separate window. This is the focus view. Okay, we will show you the user interface. Okay, this is the CBW220, and we will use that for the focus view demo. Find the content list. Find the camera, the CBW220, and right click that. You will get focus view setup. Okay. Please enable this function. and start to drag the box for the 7. The maximum will be the 7 box over here. Okay, now please find the CBW 220. You will get 7 focus view over here. So right now you can drag and drop each focus view to a separate window. And the source image is over here, on the main window here. So if you design the layout properly, you can select the focus view surrounding this main window. So we can have better focus area over 7 display over here. Okay, right now we will show you the picture-in-picture function. We will use SD220 for the example. For the SD220 here, you will see when I move the mouse, scroll in, you will get a small picture over here. You can move the small picture in anywhere. Drag and drop, you can kind of zoom in for different area. You can change the zooming area here. So this is a picture-in-picture. You can also use the mouse, scroll in, scroll out, to make it zoom in and zoom out. And if this small picture, you can also change the location. So this is a PIP and the focus view. In this session, we will introduce the GeoVision VNS video player. The naming is ViewLog. If you have been used the GeoVision product before, like DVR, NVR 8.59, the ViewLog is different for now. We have a brand new design user interface, and we have a new option for the player, and we also change a different location about the features. So we will have more idea, and we will introduce the features and the location for you. In this slide, we have a comparison about old ViewLog and the new ViewLog in VNS. If you have been used the GeoVision DVR NVR before for 8.59, you are very familiar with this user interface for the ViewLog. And right now, for the VNS 14.1, there is new design here. In the bottom, you will see the timeline over here, and there is no event list in this user interface. We have more the layout and the content over here. If you like ViewLog, start ViewLog by press F10, and right now you still can get same function. You click F10 and you will get ViewLog in VNS. In this slide, the ViewLog function has different display right now. We will show you the layout from the ViewLog, and the layout can also apply from the live view. Since the ViewLog right now can have customized design about the camera location, so you can customize the layout for each the layout that you want. So the layout, you can create a new one for the ViewLog display, or you can apply the same the content list, the layout from the live view. The timeline will display as a pin or on-pin function. That means the ViewLog with on-pin function, you can get more of the screen for the ViewLog for the video playback. So that means the timeline will not display in the screen right now. This is the VNS UI. This is live view, and click the ViewLog here for the toolbar. You will get the layout for the ViewLog right now. Find the content list from the toolbar. So you can have the layout here. You can create the layout new one or import from the live view. Okay. So right now we apply the live view, the layout here. We will show you the pin and unpin function. Please find the pin and unpin function from the button. There is a small icon here. Okay. When we unpin the timeline here, then you can find the toolbar, display the play panel here. Okay. So the whole panel can just switch off. Okay. When you click that again, and you can call this function back. Okay. This is a pin and unpin function about the timeline and the control button. The slide over here is the 1 hour or 24 hour. This is a VNS UI, view log UI right now. And see the timeline over here. Right now it's 24 hours display. And you have a recording from 10 o'clock to 14 o'clock right now. Okay. So after we scroll in the mouse here, you will see the timeline here is a little bit different. See? Okay. So zooming, you will get about 1 hour display here. And when you zoom out, it can be a maximum of 24 hours display for this line. We will highlight the specific camera here. And right now, you will see the snapshot about the preview window here. And they will show you the motion type, its IO trigger, the motion trigger, or the never recycle event, or the intruder event here. So there is an icon just for this snapshot, and you will see the icon on the right side. Let's back to the slide. In this session, we will display a new interface about the view log. You will see the around car recording and the motion recording has different color display in the timeline here. The orange one means the motion event here, and the blue one means around the car recording here. And for all the information here, you will see the snapshot. Okay. The snapshot also provides a preview window here. And you will see the icon in the right side with motion, around the clock, IO trigger, intruder here. In this session, we will show you how to do the video effect after video recording. Since the VNS still supports the video effect and the minor adjustments for this video, such as bright enhancement, light enhancement, or the grayscale for this video event. So we still have chance to do the minor adjustment for this video, and we will show you how to do that. This is the view log UI, and you can select any camera you want to do that. Right click on the camera screen, you got effect option here. Okay. If you want to do for the bright enhancement, you can change the bright, the parameter will higher. Okay. So this is a higher for the brightness. And you can also make it a grayscale here. So make it a grayscale for the video effect. You can undo all the effects if you don't want to do that. This is the video effect in the VNS view log. In this session, we will show you how to find the system log and what is the new style of the system log. If you have been the DVR NVR 8.59 user, now the system log has changed location and integration with the view log right now. So you have to use view log to find the system log. We will show you the features and how to find this log in the view log. This is the view log UI, and you have to find the system log from the view log section here. And now there are three major tables here, and they're grouped by monitor table, CMS table, and advanced log browser. So you will see these three major tables from view log right now. In this slide, it will show you the video available, the range, time range over here. So we will see video recording available with blue icon over here. That means that recording is available during this date. And right in the right panel here, you will see the view log panel, and click the tools, you will find the system log. And the first table will be the monitor table. You will see the system log about the monitor, system, login, logout, counter, and the I/O for this type of events over here. And the second one will be the CMS table. The CMS table here is a log for the central monitoring software like Control Center. So it will have time and date for the connection event here. So it will know when the connection with Control Center is available, and with the log for the Control Center start and stop, and when you start or stop the remote view log or bandwidth control. And there is also support advanced log here. The advanced log means you can filter a time, a range about all kinds of events. The monitor event, login event, and system event here have a drop-down list for the event, for the criteria for the search. You can have many different types of event filter, like monitor, the system, login and logout here. So you can search the log during a period of time. And this slide will show you how to make the system log setting. Since the system log now have integration with view log, so you have to change the system log, all the setting in the view log right now. And the setting can be the interval event, and you can define when to recycle the event, and you can also have a keep date and the recycle option in the system log setting. We will show you the live demo here. This is the view log UI, okay, and we will find the log setting here. Find the toolbar and find the tools. You will see the system log here. And first we will see the monitor table here. The monitor table can be the device name, or the system log, when the motion, the login, logout, or the current, the date event here. Okay. Let's see the second event, CMS log. The CMS table here is a record the connection about remote central monitoring, that is Control Center. So you will know when the service will start, and when it is stopped, and when you log in the Control Center by the different IP here. And the advanced table here by the tools, the system log, advanced. You can define a period of time. The maximum day will be 7. So you can define like March 2nd to the 6th. You can define a period of time, like we define the maximum will be the 7 days. Okay. So in this period of time, you will see the monitor event, the logging event, system event, and the backup event, also with the notification event here. Okay. And with the drop down, and you will see the different event. You will cast a filter for you, so you will see all the event here. So this is the advanced log event. You can search a period of time. Okay, let's see for the system log setting. The system log setting here. Please find the configure icon here and find the system log setting. Now you can define the location about the system log, the log path, because you might want not to save that in the C drive. Okay, you can change the location here, and there's always the keep date and the recycle option here, and you can choose what kind of event has to be displayed in the system log here. Okay. So this is all about the system log in new log. This is an FAQ session. There's a very common question about the GeoVision capture card integration with GeoVision VNS system. Okay. Actually, the VNS is a fully IP solution for GeoVision IP camera and third-party IP cameras. So that means the capture card is not supported in the VNS. The multi-CAN 8.59 will be the final software for the capture card for the current solution. So any new update or the bug fix still available for the 8.59, but it will be like a patch or the bug fix for the capture card users. So all the new functions will be added to the GeoVision VNS system in the near future.
This is the end of live demo session. For latest software download and product information, you can check our website www.geovision.com.tw. For any question you may have, you can email to support@geovision.com.tw. Thank you.